Greetings friends, Dragon here once again. If it's your first time finding the channel, then do please consider clicking that red button and subscribing. I do loads of unboxings as we're doing today. Lots of movie reviews, lots of upcoming news about East Asian cinema, Blu-ray and physical media releases. Okay, so getting into an unboxing of this, fairly recently released, I think just over a week ago or so in Japan. This is the fourth installment in the incredible Rurouni Kenshin live action series, and presently at the moment no plans for this to be released outside of Japan on physical media that I'm aware of. If you know any different, then let me know in the comments below. But because Netflix have the rights to all 5 of the movies in the series, they've pretty much disappeared from physical media as far as I can see outside of Japan. You can still track down older releases, both in the US and in the UK. We'll get to that in a little minute. But as far as the last 2 installments, so the final, which is part 4, and the beginning, which is part 5, to my knowledge, the only versions of these that are coming out are in Japan. So this is the Japanese version. This is the DVD box. The DVD and the Blu-ray box exactly the same physical size, and don't have English subtitles on them. So I'm really just getting this partly to support the physical media release, and I'm a bit of a completionist for the series that I like, so I kind of wanted to have parts 4, and we'll probably try and track down part 5 when it's released in November too. But there's a difference in price between the Blu-ray and the DVD sets, even though they're largely identical, and the only difference is you get a Blu-ray instead of the DVD disc inside the box. So we're going to take a wee look and see what's inside it. It's a really nice edition. I wish it was English friendly, but it is not. So no English subs on this at all. So I'm either going to have to learn Japanese or just keep it as something pretty to look at on the shelf. So inside we get, first off, we get this little slip, which at least kind of comes off. Once the slip's out the way, there is no difference whatsoever between the 2 outer boxes. This nice hard box. We got our little kind of Scar logo on the back. That kind of gold foil printing on the name on the side of the spine and on the front of the box, and then an image from towards the final act of the movie. If you've not seen part 4, it is fantastic. I think maybe some of the fight sequences in this might be the best in the series that we've seen so far. 2 and 3 are both pretty spectacular in terms of some of their set pieces, but the attack on the city that takes place in this by balloon is pretty visually stunning, and yeah, amazing, phenomenal series of films. We get a digibook in here with a quite weird, slightly smoky, washed out image on it, and then our 2 discs. Disc 1 houses the movie and TV spots and trailers. Disc 2 has a couple of extras I wish I could understand, but I don't speak Japanese well enough to be able to go through. There's a full video commentary which runs for the entire length of the film, and is hosted by the director Kishi Otomo, our main star, so Kenshin himself, Takeru Sato, and the incredible fight choreographer from this series of films, Kenji Tanigaki. So that's what you get on your 2. The first disc principally is just the movie, and there is another extra that I've not been able to work out what it is. It's kind of what largely works like chapter stops for the movie with what it might be audio description for the hard of hearing, or it might be a kind of making of, hard to tell. Then we get this postcard set, which in a very quite nice styly way, you can actually, instead of it being an envelope, fold it into this little stand and then pop one of your cards on the front, and then it will, I'm not bend this too much. It will stand up on its own depending on which one of the cards you have selected. So it makes for like a little display stand. Look at the cards inside here. Logo on the back of the envelope there. So these are quite thin cards. What can we postcards? One of our main star, one of our villain, and our another principal characters from the movie series. Very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10 of these altogether. Pretty cool. And then a booklet, which is obviously all in Japanese, but I've recently been using Google Translate's app for phone, and it does a really pretty good job. So if you install it on your phone, select which language you want to translate to, just hover your phone over the top and it will translate for you. So you can actually kind of work your way through any of the printed materials. I wish they had something similar for audio, so you could kind of set the phone up to detect audio and translate it. We're not quite there yet. My hopes that eventually we'll end up with a Hitchhiker's Guide style Babel fish to stick in our ears and translate all languages are still a little bit of a ways off. But that's a set, really, really nice. So I think, like I say, for anybody who's wanting to complete the series, this is your only real way of tracking down part 4, part 3, part 2, and part 1 are all available as out-of-print steelbooks, certainly at least in the UK. These are getting quite hard to track down and quite expensive. I think since Netflix got the deal, all these went out of print. There is an incredible box set that's got all 5 films in it, but it's really expensive, and again, Japanese only, so there's no audio option, no English subtitle option on the set at all. So for the time being, your American or UK releases of the first 3 will all be English friendly, including all the extra features. They've got subtitles for them, but parts 4 and 5 for the time being, no English subtitle options that I'm aware of. You might be able to track these down on bootleg, but I wouldn't endorse or recommend doing that. I've seen a few bootlegs come out in Malaysia that are listed on eBay, but I think try and get the official releases if you can. As far as watching the actual movie, I do this from this, which just plugs into the front of my Blu-ray machine, and so I have a really good high quality copy of part 4 and part 5 that I can watch at any time just through the TV. That is it. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Let me know if it's one that you're interested in tracking down, if you would like to see the unboxing for part 5 for the beginning, because there's a almost identical box set in terms of style and presentation that's coming out for that in Japan in November. I'm still on the fence about whether or not to go for it, so if it's something you'd like to see, let me know and maybe help me decide if I should or should not. Thank you very much for watching. Check back in again tomorrow for another video. See you on the next one. Cheers.